and welcome. Today's Mind Body Workshop, we are going to focus on creating an action plan for a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. I'm Vicki Whipking, and I'm your host today. And no, that is not me in the poofy coat and boots right there. Oops, I'm going to go back to that slide because I like that photo. There we go. But I do want to embody what this photo shows us, that it's possible and also pleasurable to enjoy the season, to be active during this season, and to really feel satisfied with whatever activity we're doing, because it's such a wonderful time of year. And I want you to feel like this girl on the bike who is doing something good for herself, who has energy, who is taking in nature and all of the gifts of the season and really, really enjoying it. So some of you may not know, my birthday falls around Thanksgiving, usually on the day or a day before or a few days after. And I really want to experience everything that is offered to me during Thanksgiving. Everybody, I have pumpkin pie and birthday cake to eat. It's quite the marathon, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming, and it doesn't have to leave you feeling depleted and depressed at the end of the weekend because you've, not done things that are good for your body. So this time we are talking about a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. And when I say action plan, I mean it. I'm going to have you moving. All right, so let's get started. First up, we need to figure out why we celebrate. If you don't have that mindset of this is what we're focusing on, you're not going to have a happy holiday. So obviously we want to connect with family and friends. I always love to see who shows up for Thanksgiving dinner. There's usually always somebody new there, and it's really, really fun. That should be more important than what's on the table. It's who's around your table. We also want to show gratitude for all the miracles and blessings. Absolutely. Things are abundant. Reap your rewards. And that means you want to enjoy the good things in life, like food and drinks and relaxation and all that good stuff. By all means, have a great time. But we really want you to stay in the healthy and happy zone instead of going overboard with it. And then also, we want to nourish ourselves, body, mind, and spirit. We want to walk away from this holiday feeling like we've really, really gotten all the gifts out of it and aren't feeling overly stressed or depleted on the way out of this holiday, because once Thanksgiving's over, you're full on into Christmas, and that is really tricky. So let's also figure out what gets in the way. What gets in the way of us having a healthy and happy Thanksgiving? The first one is overcommitting yourself. Absolutely. Going to too many Thanksgiving dinners, or traveling too far and not having enough time for recovery, or saying that you're going to bring, a big dish or something when you really don't have time or the energy to make it. Absolutely, that will derail your fun. Lack of healthy habits. It seems like, oh, well, it's a holiday, and everything that we've worked for the whole year as far as our health and fitness goes right out the window. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can still enjoy and keep on track. And then when that self-sabotage mindset kicks in, oh, it's okay, who's counting? Have another piece of pie. And, if that's already the dominant thing happening coming into the week of Thanksgiving, you are fighting a losing game for sure. And then indulging instead of enjoying. Yes, there's a difference. You can absolutely enjoy all of the things that the season has to offer, but you don't have to make it into some kind of indulgence or a way to make up for all the stress that you've had in the last week or months or whatever. Enjoy it. And then maybe you're spending time on things that aren't fulfilling. Hey, if football's not your game and everybody's in the living room watching football, you can go do something else. And I'm going to give you some ideas about that. In fact, I would require you to do that, because we all know how much and how long there is of football on Thanksgiving. Trust me, you're not going to miss a thing. All right. So, Monday through Wednesday, I want you to get yourself in the game starting Monday by walking 30 minutes every day. So if you're already doing that, walk 15 to 20 minutes more than you usually do. If this is something that you can't seem to fit into your daily schedule, now is the time. You want to energize your body and get rid of some extra, calories, and really make sure that your body is getting the movement that it needs. You also need to stretch 10 minutes a day. Just 10 minutes. You don't have to do a big fancy yoga routine or anything like that. Just stretch. Tune into your body. Find out where you've been holding some stress. See if you can allow it to be released from your body. Tune in and soothe those muscles and do something good for yourself, especially if you're going to be traveling or maybe sleeping in a different bed or something. This is very, very important. And try to keep your regular workout no matter how much you think you're busy or something. And if you're traveling, you got to think outside the box. So maybe that means you have to walk around the airport gate a couple of times before your flight leaves. Maybe that means that you have to stop the car for an hour for a little bit of a break and a walk around a few blocks in a different town or something. It doesn't have to be a big deal. You just need to get moving. It's easy to do squats, push-ups, and leg lifts pretty much anywhere. And it only takes like 15 minutes. So really here, I've got 1 hour of focusing on your body, movement, working out, a little bit of stretching. It's not that much to ask. And if you can't do it now, when? Because you don't want to show up on Thursday tired and stressed out and achy and under-energized. That's just not how you want to spend Thanksgiving. You want to be vibrant and happy on Thanksgiving. Therefore, you need to eat lots of veggies. Pack in those nutrients now. Really focus on upping the whole grains and the really great vegetables, maybe a cooked stew or some kind of warm lentil and quinoa salad with some vegetables. Whatever it is, amp up your veggies because you know you're going to need to make up for it. I have a feeling that there's not too many healthy veggie choices on Thanksgiving weekend, right? So get them in now. And they're easy to pack along with you in the car and that kind of thing. Drink lots of water. What do I mean by lots of water? Half of your body weight in ounces per day. So for me, that means I need to drink about 83 ounces of water a day. Right now in my hand, I'm holding a 28-ounce cup of water. I need to drink about 3 of these or a little bit more per day. If you've never tracked your water before, you might be surprised on how much you need. Most people are dehydrated. If you're going to be traveling or staying in somebody else's home or drinking a little bit, you need that water. Your body runs on water and oxygen. And then you need to sleep 8 hours per night. No staying up all night long trying to get stuff done or whatever the thing is. You definitely need to prioritize your sleep. I guarantee you're probably sleep deprived already. And yes, 8 hours, unquestionable. You need 8 hours. If you're the type of person who's like, I can never sleep more than 6, it's probably because you have some bad habits, or maybe you need to take an extra nap, but you need more sleep. Bottom line. Practically everyone in our world today needs more sleep. And I could go on and on about that. And think about it, you really don't want to show up having to either cook a meal or help cook and clean or interact with your family and friends if you're tired and cranky. It won't work. So there's your action plan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Now, coming Turkey Day, there's my little friend over there. I hesitate to call him Tom Turkey because I do have a friend named Tom. And I don't want to be unfair or anything. But, we've all been there with this guy, laying on the floor eating pumpkin pie, feeling like crap. Here's how to avoid that. Stretch in the morning. Who thinks of getting up and doing your regular workouts on Thanksgiving Day? Around here, we have, I'm sure in lots of communities, 5K and 10K runs, the huffing for stuffing kind of thing. You don't have to go that far with it, but definitely get up and stretch, tune into your body. Skip the appetizers or snacks. You can have chips and crackers and cheese and everything else on a different day. Those things are not unique to Thanksgiving and probably are not going to make or break your meal satisfaction. All right, so save them, save the room, and don't snack while you're cooking and that kind of thing. Yes, of course, you need to taste things once in a while, but if you're eating all day, you're going to have to skip dinner. Leave the mashed potato and dinner rolls off your plate. This is kind of a no-brainer. Yes, I love mashed potatoes and gravy, but again, I can kind of make that any old day. I love dinner rolls with fresh butter. Oh my goodness. But unless you plan on not eating much of anything else, those things are going to fill you up super fast. They're basically empty calories. And again, things that you can have on a different day. Eat slowly and don't go for seconds. Take a nice portion of the things that you do want and eat them mindfully. Have some conversation. There is no rush. I always am amazed at how everybody just wolfs down their food, especially when you're eating a little bit more than usual, and then wants to get up from the table 20 minutes after everybody's sat down. It's like, we did all of this. We traveled hundreds of miles. I cooked for 10 hours and it's over in 20 minutes. Take your time. And no, you don't have to announce to everybody that you're changing something about your eating plan this Thanksgiving. You don't have to make big sweeping announcements, and nobody has to inquire about how come you didn't take any cranberry sauce. Actually, I recommend the cranberry sauce. Skip the potatoes. Just say, oh, well, I'll come back for those. Or just, you don't have to say anything about what you're focusing on, if that you're focusing on having a healthier Thanksgiving. They don't want to hear it, and you don't want to have to explain yourself. And you'll forever be the person who didn't eat something at Thanksgiving. Trust me, I know. I've done 3 Thanksgivings sober and vegan, and I probably will never live it down. Like, if anybody was at a Thanksgiving while I was sober and vegan, you will not forget it, because what harder of a celebration is there than Thanksgiving to be vegan, first up, no dairy, no meat, and to be sober, not drinking anything, even though my family is really not drinkers or anything, but if you are conspicuously without a glass of wine, somebody's going to ask. You don't have to explain yourself. And I recommend not explaining yourself. Just going, oh, I'm fine, thanks, and redirecting the conversation or get busy with something else. Yes, you can have a small slice of pie a couple hours after dinner, let your food digest, and then go back and have a little slice of pie. That's totally fine. If you need to set aside a second slice of pie for midnight snacks because it's Thanksgiving, okay, maybe you will want that, or save it for tomorrow, fine. It only comes around maybe once a year. I love me a Costco pumpkin pie. I could eat the whole thing for sure. And if I don't get it, I feel like I got cheated out on Thanksgiving. So have whatever the thing is that makes your holiday complete and enjoy it. And then drink lots of water and less alcohol or soda. In fact, I'd skip the soda. Maybe you can bring a sparkling cranberry juice or something fun, but track your alcohol consumption. Don't let it go out the window just because it's a holiday and you don't have to count. That can creep up on you, especially if you are planning anything afterwards. And then avoid napping after that big meal. It can be really tempting to go and sit down on the sofa and veg out for a couple of hours. I really encourage you to go for a nice, easy walk after dinner and kind of let you, digest a little and re-energize, get some fresh air, and then come back. And if you wanted to maybe take a short nap or something or chill out for a while, great. But keep active. All right, so walking it off 30 minutes again. So every day we are stretching for 10 minutes. We are walking for about 30 or more if you can. We're drinking lots of water, and we're making conscious choices and mindfully eating. It's not that hard, but it's the mindset that's going to get you. So if you don't plan this ahead of time, if you don't make an agreement with yourself now to do this next week, you're going to be worse off than the turkey. Yeah, in lots of ways. Okay, Black Friday. Some of you started this on Thursday night, which I don't know why you'd want to subject yourself to that, but if it's your thing and you love doing it and you have a good time, awesome. So the Black Friday, generally it's going to be a shopping thing, but in my house we boycott Black Friday and we go out in nature on the Friday after Thanksgiving. But whatever you do on Black Friday, get up early. Don't sleep in. If you played your cards right yesterday, you're not going to need to sleep in. And staying on track with your normal wake-up times is really what your body needs. Stretch for 10 minutes. Yeah, you might be feeling a little, after indulging a little bit extra on Thanksgiving Day. Hopefully you didn't overdo it. This will help you tune into where you are with your body and help you figure out what to do and what not to do today. You can set a goal, maybe 10,000 steps or more if you're really into it. But I want to make sure that somewhere in this 10,000 steps that you're doing at least 15-minute spurts of brisk walking. So a way to get that in, if you're shopping, for instance, which a lot of you I know will be, I want you to start at one side of the mall and go into a store and do a little shopping. And then when you're ready to leave that store, I want you to walk to the opposite end of the mall. And then you can go to a store on that end of the mall. Or maybe you walk to the opposite end and back again and go to the next store. And then when you're done with that store, walk to the opposite end of the mall and back again, and then go into the next store. Do you see where I'm getting at here? I don't want you to go from store to store leisurely walking, because you're not going to get any cardio benefit or any, real energy boost from doing that. So make it just a little game that you play, and you take a lot of extra steps briskly in a row in between stores. Are you with me? It's not that hard to do. And get your girlfriends on it with you too, because, you all feel like champions at the end of the shopping. Plus, you get your shopping done. Have a big salad at lunch. Sure, maybe you're going to have a Chardonnay or two as well, because you are shopping and that helps the process. But you need those veggies. You need some roughage. You need something that's a little bit lighter probably to help your digestion. And, as long as you're putting healthy things on your salad and not overindulging in like deep fried chicken on top of your salad and honey mustard dressing, it's fine. Eat as much as you want. Fill up on the greens and leave the mashed potatoes aside, right? Again, drink lots of water. You're probably dehydrated from yesterday, and water is going to help you stay moving throughout the day. And then I want you to skip that pumpkin spice latte or whatever has a ton of sugar in it. Order a green tea, or maybe a chai tea latte is very delicious and has some of the same ideas as the pumpkin spice latte, the same flavors, but it probably doesn't come with a bunch of sugar in it. You have to check with your barista. But order something that's going to energize you without causing you to crash, all right? Is it the once a year thing? Were you extra good yesterday so you get to have it today? Maybe. But really think about your energy level and what that latte is going to do for you. Okay, it ain't over yet. Saturday and Sunday. These are your recovery days. If you didn't plan extra time to, relax a little bit more, or to tie up loose ends, or to do some of your chores that you normally do on the weekends, if you really ran yourself down over Thanksgiving couple of days, now's your time to recharge. So I want you to stretch again. Every day I want you to stretch and walk outside for 45 minutes. So we upped it by 15 minutes. So if you were already walking 45, up it by another 15 to 20. Again, skip those mundane leftovers. Yeah, they sound kind of good. Yeah, maybe you don't have to work for them because they're already made, but you can do better than this, and maybe you want to even, just throw them out. Drink lots of water and less soda or alcohol. That's a no-brainer at this point. You're probably tired anyway. Just save it. Just save it. And then have a big salad at lunch, Saturday and Sunday. So this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Big salads. You can have a little something else on the side too, but really focus on putting those nutrients back in the form of veggies. And then, God forbid, engage in more family activity. Go bowling or do some leaf raking, or, go outside for a hike. Get out there and play with your kids and do a little less screen time or whatever. Does that mean that you shouldn't sleep or relax? No. But just really focus on your family. Remember that was like the top one of why we celebrate. And go to bed early. Plan time for recovery. Yes, maybe you need to sleep in a little bit extra. Maybe you need to go to bed a little bit early or take naps or something. Get that sleep back on track. Definitely, because you want to cruise into Monday morning following the holiday, ready for work, ready to take charge of your life again and get right back into it and not have that Monday after Thanksgiving kind of drag happening. All right, so that's that. That is how I do it. And like I said, I've been sober and vegan at Thanksgivings. I've had my birthday bashes on Thanksgivings. I've done everything, every extreme. And this is the middle ground of where to land so that you can enjoy things, but you don't have to sacrifice, so that you come out feeling satisfied and nourished, body, mind, and spirit. All right. That's it for today. Next week, I'm going to be talking about smart eating at holiday parties. So we're going to continue on some of these ideas, but I'm going to expand it to figuring out exactly how to work that buffet table or dinner invitation during the holidays, because once Thanksgiving's over, we're right into the swing of Christmas and all of the other holidays. If you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or I can't even think of however many others, Saturnalia, I love that one. Anyways, this is where it starts. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks.